I just want to make an announcement right here, right now. So because it's the brand new year 2020, the brand new decade, I will officially be giving every single diecast car I review a letter grade at the end of the video based on their merit. So I'm super excited about this, as I talked about in my Silver Chick Hicks video, which I'll put that link in the description below, along with the card suggestion pop-up in the top corner there. So yeah, like I said in that video, I really encourage you guys to give your own letter grades based on your opinions in the comments below, so we can get talking and bouncing opinions off of each other with, of course, calmness and respect toward everybody. I always have to put that in there. But yeah, it'd be really exciting to do that. I think it's really a cool concept. I see it done in some other videos like movie reviews and stuff like that. So I want to do it here. A nice new idea for the new year, for the new decade. And by the end of the year, we'll be able to compare all of the releases based on the letter grades that we give them. So let's get into it here with Jackson. FYI, I gave Chick Hicks an A-, and that had a lot to do with the nostalgia factor, and Jackson has absolutely zero nostalgia, so it's going to be tough for this guy. But anyways, we have his wonderful artwork there that we are all too familiar with because of the fact that he is, in fact, one of the biggest peg warmers, if not the biggest ever in the entire world right now. But anyways, there you have him in the brand new 2020 Silver Collection Series, Collection Plata, and there's a picture of a Silhouette McQueen gray tone there, which leads me to believe that he may end up getting a release in this series in one of two paint jobs, Rusty's McQueen or Cars 3 McQueen, because every single other main McQueen paint job, including the Cars 1, World Grand Prix, and Hudson Horn Piston Cup, those all three have received silver releases, so I would not be one bit surprised if one of his Cars 3 paint jobs also got released silverized. Stylish and speedy, these shining racers pay homage to the roots of racing. So there's your little description there. They really do play these up to be special, so I'm happy about that. Miguel Camino, I believe, is one of the other confirmed releases in this series, which I just believe to be stupid because of the fact he was already released. I mean, come on, if these are going to be special, you should not have any re-releases or reissues in this series. But anyways, I'll be right back with this shining and sparkling Jackson Storm all opened up. So like I said earlier, I gave Silver Chick Hicks in my last video an A-, which is really good in my grade book. A's and A pluses are going to be extremely difficult to come by, especially because of the fact that Thailand has come in now with their wonderfully blurry decals. But it seems like Jackson may have a leg up on Chick Hicks because of the fact that he doesn't have as many decals, and they certainly aren't as small. But we will see in just a few moments here. There's Jackson on the screen right there, the arrogant boy. And you guys know where he appeared, so we're not going to stick on that. Obviously, he's not canon in the silver paint job. And as I discussed in my Chick Hicks video, it's more of a special release, like a chase, like a metallic release, instead of an expanded universe car that we see with XRS and Fireball Beach and whatnot. So we're going to do a side-by-side comparison here with your normal Jackson Storm. Obviously, though, this is Chinese and this is Thailand here, so it'll be interesting to see the differences. The expression is the same, though, and I think they did a great job with his eyes. It really does look nice. Nice kind of indented, bendy bumper there, as he usually has. The blue accents on the sides of his headlights there. On the hood, Igniter Liquid Adrenaline. That is his sponsor. That decal looks good to me. Actually, it really stands out on the silver versus essentially black on black over here. So far, so good. Until now. I've never been a good fan of the Thailand rims for the next gens. They look so bubbly inside. If you guys can see, just look at that. That does not really look appealing. It looks like moldy in there. All the kind of like white paint bubbles amidst the blue. It just does not look good to me. However, I'm really happy that they included blue rims on him because they look phenomenal instead of the black ones. I really do like that. So it's kind of like they went inverse. You can see here the text on the tires on normal Jackson Storm is blue. And now the rims are. And also the text is still a little blue, but it's just not as noticeable anymore because the contrast isn't there. Taking a look at his contingency sponsors, they are fading it to the silver. It almost looks like they are just drowning in the silver paint. Piston Cup, Synergy, Carbon Cyber, and Combustor. 2.0 looks good though in white. But yeah, those contingency sponsors are 5 seconds away of being swallowed in the quicksand. Anyway, igniter here on the bottom, liquid adrenaline again. Now, that part's pretty much the same on the black there. There's the arrow pointing to the pit crew where they'll lift them up at to change the tires. And of course, you have the exhaust pipes, which are not just painted on, they're actually raised off the paint. And they actually look really, really good. They look sharp. Now, here is my recent revelation thanks to a good friend of mine on Facebook. This is not an S. As many of you may believe, this logo here is not an S for Storm, as in the first letter of Storm. It's actually the universal symbol for a hurricane, which is a storm. I just find that so clever. Just Google it. Just Google universal or international hurricane symbol or simply hurricane symbol, and this will pop up. And I just find that so amazingly clever that Pixar came up with this. And I find it terribly disappointing that probably only about 5% of cars collectors, maybe even less than that, actually know that's the hurricane symbol and not an S. That is so cool. Thanks to my friend. You know who you are. Thank you for pointing that out. I really appreciate that because it really enhances my opinion on Jackson Storm. And now I get to tell all of you. So that's exciting stuff. And he might benefit from that in the letter grade when we get to that. But anyway, Jackson Storm signature is also visible barely. Yeah, it's there, I guess. So that's kind of unfortunate when you have white on silver. It just really is not that good. I mean, the white of the 2.0 looks good though. So I guess they could have done better with the smaller decals. But anyway, he has nice blue accents there as he did before, but they just stand out so much better now on the silver. Roof flaps look really good. And one thing I'm really impressed about is his spoiler here and how they made it silver as well, or gray, whatever you want to call it. It is a plastic piece though, but it looks phenomenal. And the Igniter Liquid Adrenaline logo really pops because, I mean, I can't even see it. I mean, you can barely see it on the normal version. So it looks great on the silver background there. Now, when you get to the back here of Jackson, essentially it's the same because of the hurricane symbol on the black, and then you have the gas cap. Now, I do find it strange that they kept this back portion silver. It almost makes me think he's like a prototype because of the fact that, I mean, all of this portion up here is silver and it was black before, and then they just got tired and stopped. So that's a little weird there. By the way, they did keep the blue accents on the side of the spoiler there, but I just do find that extremely weird. I also find it strange that he doesn't have rookie racing stripes, because if he didn't have rookie racing stripes, he should have the Piston Cup champion logo that he has in Cars 3 when the rookie stripes are gone, because he's not a rookie anymore. So again, kind of a drawback there that I'm a little disgusted about. But anyway, you do have 2.0. It looks to be lowered a little bit and not as bold, and the Igniter logo is also lowered and a little bit brighter. Taillights also look to be thinner if you look at that, so that's interesting to note. Here's the base M43A, 43rd week of the year in which he was produced. And then lastly, I want to point out the windows here. This is a plastic insert, but these are not, I don't think, yeah, they've never been plastic inserts. But it just looks so much more compact here. It almost does not look like an insert, but you can tell that this is plastic and this is metal, which is how he's always been produced for pretty much the most part. At one point, though, he did not have window bars. So yeah, there you have it. I'm really happy with Jackson Storm, actually. The front looks phenomenal. The back, not as much. But let's compare him to a few other silver releases here. First of all, Silver Lewis Hamilton, just because I feel like they're kind of similar. The most similar you're going to get when it comes to these characters, though. Lewis has those yellow accents and Jackson has the blue accents. But you can notice here that Mattel went all the way to the back. They didn't stop when they hit the gas cap or whatever. And when I mentioned that I was happy that they did the spoiler in silver, that's because they never have actually done that before, as you can see here with Lewis, and also, you know, with pretty much everybody else, like World Grand Prix McQueen. They've never done that before, so that was certainly nice to see. So yeah, here are all these silver McQueens in chronological order. I also like that they changed the color of the rims. I mean, obviously when they're making this decision, they're thinking which rim color would look best. They probably were thinking black, silver, or this blue, and they definitely chose correctly with blue there. So I'm really happy about that. So I'm really torn here with the grade. Chick Hicks here got an A-, partially because of the nostalgia and the fact he's a classic character, whereas Jackson is not. He's a 2.5-year-old character. It is kind of interesting that they released 2 silver villains, the biggest villains essentially in the Cars universe in terms of racing rivals toward McQueen, in the same case. Interesting. I'm going to give Jackson Storm here, silverized, a B+. So I think that's pretty fair. I think he's pretty comparable to Chick. I think he's better because of the decals for the most part. The contingency sponsors and the signature are downsides, and the fact that this back portion is black, but that wouldn't be as hurtful if the rookie racing stripes were there. So a little upsetting, but the decals are certainly better. I mean, that's what really took Chick Hicks down from an A+, because the decals are just so grainy. But anyways, let me know in the comments below what letter grades would you give these, and which one is your favorite. Obviously, because I gave Chick a higher grade, he is my favorite, but I don't know if that'll be the case all the time. I may be more biased toward a certain car and yet give another car a higher grade, if you guys know what I'm saying. Just because, you know, I may be a huge fan of Fillmore. If he has the grainiest decals ever, I still may like him better than somebody else. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video and all the recent support lately. It's been a ton of fun making videos for you guys, and I want to briefly and mention this only one time ever on my channel, and that is Kappa, Copa, whatever the heck it is called. I don't like it, but I want you guys to know that right now it's not affecting me, and I really hope it stays that way, because if it were to affect me, there would be no comments, there would be no such talk of leather grades, and none of that lovely stuff that we could engage in. So for the time being, things are good, and let's just hope, fingers crossed, it stays that way. I've had some comments asking how it's affecting me, so I wanted to mention it there and only there. I will never mention it again on my channel unless it affects me and I decide to do something about it. But anyways, thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys soon for another video, probably of Shiny Wax Tractor or Randy Lawson or somebody like that. But anyways, bye now. For a while there, I just completely blanked that this one specific car called Steel Blue Jackson Storm existed. So sorry about that, guys. Here's a little bonus content. A very necessary comparison, in my opinion, here between Silver and Blue Steel Jackson Storm, because they're both non-canon special editions of Jackson here. One being silver and the other one essentially being blue metallic. So very cool. I really like both of these a lot. Of course, Blue Steel over here is a Chinese release and silver is Thailand, but they obviously draw a lot of comparisons, similarities, I should say. Black rims though versus blue. Both of them cut off right here after the Hurricane logo and turn just back into normal. The difference being though is that Blue Steel Jackson Storm, now mine is a prototype, so it only has, I guess, one of the rookie racing stripes. Should have both there, as you can see, but it does have them, whereas the silver one doesn't have them at all. So interesting stuff. The question really would be, which is better, Blue Steel or Silver Jackson Storm? That is truly the question of the day. So let me know in the comment section below your thoughts. I'm going to have to go with Blue Steel Jackson Storm because that color of blue is just so vivid. I really, really like it. something we've really never seen before on a diecast, whereas we have seen silver again and again and again. So sorry about that, guys. For realsies, though, bye now.